Hello guys, welcome to CloudRaga. So in previous video we saw Java modifiers and we have two groups. One is access modifier and second one is non-access modifier. So in this video we will talk about access modifiers in Java language. So we saw at two levels, like at class level we can use public default, and at method level we can use public, private, default and protected. So that means when we are writing a class, so public and default are authorized keywords with the class signature. And when we are writing any method in Java, so these are the four keywords which are allowed with method signature. So let's start with public, and we have used this public keyword a lot in our program. We started with that. So public, as name says, it has global access. In simple words, I can just say it has global access. That means it can be accessible from anywhere. There is no restriction. We are talking about access, where we can restrict something. So access level thing we are talking about. So when any class is public or any method is public, we can access it outside the class or any other package. So that's the public keyword. How to use public keyword, we have seen this. So let me go back to the previous example. I can take the cycle class. So this class cycle is public, and we have some class body there, class body. Now since this class is public, I can access this cycle class anywhere. Anywhere means even inside the same package, that is constructor demo, or in com.basic package or com.package. So it doesn't matter where you want to use, you can use it since the class is public. It has global access, no restriction on it. That is public class. So that's what it allowed. We will talk about default a little later. Let's talk about private keyword. Private is not, it cannot be used with class signature. If you try to use it, you will get some errors. So let's create one package here. Let's create two packages to understand this access level concept. So package, and let's call um, dummy A. That's the worst way of naming program package, but that's fine. And let's create one more package dot dummy B. Okay, so we have two packages, and I'm going to create first of all a public class. Let's say pen. Java is a object-oriented language, so we have to deal with real-time entities. Pen is one real-time object, and yeah, it's allowed. And since it's public, I'm not going to write anything inside it. It's fine because we have to talk about a class only. So this pen class is accessible in different package as well. So what I will do, I will create a new class here just to test pen public tester. So we can see that it's about public keyword in different package. And can I access that pen? Yep, it is possible. And there it is. As soon as I write pen, I have to import that class from dummy A to dummy B package. And there it is, com.pack.dummy A. Just select it, and you can see line 3 is using a line or keyword import from this package, and the class name is pen. Then after, you can proceed with the way we create object, and yep, it's working. So that means the class is public, we can access it. Can we use private keyword with the same class instead of public? As per this documentation, it's not allowed. Only at class level we have public or default. So if I try to use private, is it allowed? No, I'm getting error. What it says? Illegal modifier for the class pen. Only public, abstract, and final keywords allowed. Abstract is not a access modifier, so skip it. Final is again not a keyword of access modifier, so skip that as well. So we are left with public, and we will talk about default later, but for now it suggests remove invalid modifier or make it public. So I'll say public is fine. So where we can use private then? Private is accessible when we have at method level. So next reserved keyword is, or next access level key modifier is private. Since the name says private, so this has a restriction, restricted till or within the Java class. So if we have something which says private, so that remains within the Java class. Even not, you can access it outside of it. So if I create any method, let's say private void, let's say brand. Suppose we have a method brand, and this has a private access. And let's say private method brand, and it's done. Now, can we access this brand outside? Let's try in this public tester. We already have created object of pen. Let's try to write pen dot nd semicolon, and I'm getting error. What it says? The method brand from the type pen is not visible. Yep, even the compiler senses it that you have made this method private. That means you are restricting its access level. You cannot access it outside of the class. If you want to use private, they should be used within the same class only. That's why private says restricted within the Java class. You cannot access it outside of the Java class. This is private. Next keyword is protected. Let's see what is protected. Or leave the protected. Let's start with default first, then we will see this thing. So default, what default says? It says package level restriction. It means if you have something in a package, you cannot access it outside of the package. So how to write this default? By the way, we don't need to write this keyword. Yep. If you don't write anything, it for the compiler it means it has a default access level. So we don't need to write this keyword, this default keyword. Okay. So well, this default keyword is allowed with class level, class signature, and with method signature as well. But we don't need to write it. If you don't write, just skip that thing. Don't write public, private, or protected. So when you're not writing any of these three, that means by default it's a default keyword. How it works? Let's create one more class in dummy package A, and going to create a class A. Let's call this pencil, and let me remove the public. So now this is a default class that you can take this as an example for it. So what happens when you have this kind of structure? Let's try to instantiate this pencil class outside of dummy B. Oh, sorry, dummy A package. So here we are. Let's try to call, create a class. Let's call it pencil private tester, and let's create main method, and then trying to create instance pencil. Then let's import it, and you guys can see even it's not supporting. Let's write then everything manually. Semicolon, and I'm getting error. What it says? Pencil cannot be resolved to a type. Even if I press Control Space to auto import it, it's not giving me. Just calling the same class pencil private tester and pencil just an object, but no more import like it was happening in pen class. When I tried to import pen, it was here. Pen is class, and then it is imported from this package dummy a pen. Okay, but when we are using default keyword, it does not allows us to access that particular class outside of that package. Can I use this pencil class within dummy a? Let's try. So I'm going to create pencil tester, and here I'll create a main method. Then let's create instance of pencil, and yep, it's possible. So you guys can see, since the pencil class has default access level modifier, we can access within the same package. But for if you talk about outside of package, no, it's not allowed. So that's the package level restriction. So these are three keywords we have discussed. In next video, we will talk about protected because this will take some more experience. So for now, we are skipping the protected. Before understanding the protected keyword, we have to learn or understand some concepts of object-oriented programming. So once we are done with that, we will come back to this topic. And for now, I'll mark this. It's not done yet. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this video. Let's meet in next video. Bye bye.